Alright, call them out.
Give me one. Alright, we're going to go to the 260 first.
Is that the blue one?
Blue one?
Yep.
Yep, you know your hold.
Yep.
Alright, when ready. Give me 1 second. Alright, fire again. Alright, impact dead center. Alright, go to the 321.
Alright, on.
Spotter ready. Impact dead center. Good shot. Alright, lollipop. That is 347, 10-inch lollipop.
On target.
Fire when ready. Impact. Slight left, but center for your elevation. Alright, go on to the 410.
Alright, on target.
Fire when ready. You hit the grade stake.
I hit the stick.
Give me a slight right hold. Impact, dead center, good shot. Alright, let's go to that one with the orange outline, if you can see it from there.
Nah, the tree's in the way.
Alright, so we'll go ahead and go on to the 538.
Alright, on target.
Fire when ready. Just off the low left edge. Give me a slightly higher and right hold. Hold at the top shoulder with whatever you were just holding. Whatever mark on the BDC.
On target.
Fire when ready. Impact, dead center.
Hey guys, it's your homeboy LocsNLoad Reviews here today. Today guys, we got a review on the scope of my 16-inch DMR rifle. This scope is made by PFI Optics, and this is the RR Evolution 5.56 scope. So like the name says, this is made for the 5.56 caliber, which is what this rifle is for us. Guys, we're going to step out, we're going to do some shooting, look at some cool intro video, and we're going to come right back in and talk about this scope and why I like it so much on this rifle.
Less hold than that.
One more?
Alright guys, welcome back to the war room. Alright, like I said, this is the PFI RR Evolution 5.56 scope. This is made for the 5.56 caliber projectile and the 5.56 rifle, which is what we have here before us. Well, this is the flagship model of the PFI brand. Obviously 5.56 is very popular, so a lot of people are going to want this. PFI has other optics on their site, and if you have a caliber that runs with their optics, I definitely recommend them to you guys. They definitely make good products. Okay guys, so we're going to talk about this scope. This scope here is a 3 to 12. So it means it's set, you go from 3x all the way to 12x by turning here this scope. The glass is very clear, even out the distance. I did some shooting out to 538 yards with this rifle, and I was able to see.
Give me a slightly higher and right hold. Hold at the top shoulder with whatever you were just holding. Whatever mark on the BDC.
On target.
Fire when ready. Impact, dead center.
The targets and the reticle very clear. And I wasn't having an issue with my reticle being too big and blocking out my target. So I like how they did that. So the reticle is very well made. It has different holdovers for measurements and wind. And we're going to talk about that later here in the video. But for right now, we're going to talk about the features of this scope here. Alright guys, welcome back. So what we're going to do, we're going to go over some of the specifications of this scope and some of the features it comes with if you're looking about purchasing this scope. So right off the bat, I do want to make a correction. I said this is for the 5.56, which is true, but it is also for the 7.62 caliber bullet too. And that is, so the calibers that is really made for is the 55 grain, the 62 grain, and the 75 grain 5.56. And for the 308 or the 7.62, you have 168 grain and 175 grains. So this scope is made and zeroed basically for those two calibers, 5.56 and 7.62. Alright, so next I just want to read off this here because it's a lot of stuff. I'm not going to remember all this stuff. Alright, like I said, this is a 3-12 scope. Here you have your fast focus ocular lens. You got an illumination knob with 3 colors, red, green, and blue. You got your target turrets. They do have caps, but you do, if you want to make an adjustment, you do have to take the caps off and adjust the scope, and they do make an audible click. You click, click. I don't want to mess up my settings too much. But yes, you have your elevation knob and your windage knob. And over here is what you have your parallax adjustment. So if you're shooting out the different distances, you're gonna have to adjust so you can clearly see that target. So if you're looking at a target at 100 yards, you're gonna have to adjust your scope to see that. And if you step out to try to see a target at 500 yards, you're gonna have to adjust your scope to be able to see that. And for a quick reference, according to the PFI manual, if you're using it for dynamic situations, combat shooting, you want to set your parallax to half of the distance that your engagement zone is. So if you're engaging out to 500 yards, you're going to want to set your parallax to about like the 300 yard mark on here. You have a 30 millimeter one-piece T6 aluminum nitrogen filled scope with some, what is it, BK7 glass, and the reticle on here is very well made. And again, I'm going to make a whole little talk about it right after I do the specifications of this reticle. Alright, it's a first focal plane, so the reticle will increase in size as you step out the distance, but all your holes and your windage will remain the same, which is kind of the benefit of having a first focal plane scope over a second focal plane. Okay, next, all the click adjustments is a 1/4 inch at 100 yards. So when you're adjusting, remember that a 1/4 inch at 100 yards. The weight of this optic is 22.1 ounces. It is 13.8 inches long. You have a, what is it, at 100? Okay, so at 100 yards, your field of view on 3x is 33 feet. And at 12x is 8.3 feet at 100 yards. So, alright guys, that is our specifications and features of this scope. So next, we're going to talk a little bit about the reticle, about this scope, because the reticle really helps you do things with this scope that other scopes that it takes time to do. And the reason why this reticle name is called Rapid Reticle.
Yep, dead center.
I'm out. Alright, 538.
That wind is a bitch, man.
Right, for real. Yeah.
Alright guys, welcome back. So now we're going to talk about the reticle of this scope here made by PFI Optics. As you can see, I'm going to put the reticle on the screen for you guys to look at, and I'll be looking at it on my phone so we can kind of look at the same thing. If you look at the reticle, you have the crosshairs, and you have your hash marks, and you have your numbers down the side for your wind holds and your distance. So you can go out to 900 yards with this reticle. Alright, so the next picture I'm putting on the screen is how you're able to range targets with this reticle. And you're able to range targets at 9 inches and 18 inches. And these are examples at 100 yards for you guys to look at. You see how you can use the brackets on the outside to measure someone's head at a 9-inch target, about the size of somebody's head at 100 yards. Or you can measure from shoulder to shoulder on a target at 100 yards, which is 18 inches. Or it has the examples below, of a 9-inch target of someone's head at 200 yards and 18 inches at 200 yards. And I'm going to show you more targets using those two measurements, 9 inches and 18 inches. So you're able to use those two measurements to be able to gauge targets out to about 900 yards. Next, you see you're able to even range targets with low magnification. Alright, the next picture I'm going to show you guys is ranging the target in mils, and how you can use the different mil reticle lines on the scope to also measure your target at distance. And again, on the next picture, I'm going to show you the ones for wind holds. After using this, actually using this at distance, the wind holds do really help, and all the ranges, measurements are on point, and they do track very well out the distance.
Slightly higher and right hold. Hold the top shoulder with whatever you were just holding. Whatever mark on the BDC.
On target.
Fire when ready. Impact, dead center. Good shot. Give me 2 more.
Alright guys, so that is the specifications of our scope here. And now we're going to get to the favorite part. Well, my favorite part is where I talk about this scope and the things about it. Alright guys, so one of the things I like about this scope already is it's the clarity of the scope. I love how one is clear out the distance. I was using this to hit targets out to 538 yards. That's the furthest I've taken this rifle, and that's honestly probably I think the furthest I've shot like ever. But 538 yards with a 5.56 caliber gun is no slouch. That's pretty good, and I'm pretty happy with that achievement. And I was able to see those targets out the distance. I was able to see the color and how they were either differentiated, either like there was a color on two sides or one, or dots. So I was able to see all that detail out the distance and really pick out my target and know which one I want to shoot. I was able to see some of my hits, not all of them, but for the ones that are about like at the 300 yards, you can see the hits on your target and be able to kind of adjust from there. But besides that, really good scope. I actually really like the reticle. The reticle really helps me when I'm ranging, because it has the numbers, so I kind of know if the target's up to 3 based on my little ranging chart, and where my 0 is for the bullet I'm using, which is 77 grain 6 Sawyer match ammo. I know that it's on point. I can use those lines real quick. So I hit one target at 200 something yards, swing over to a target at 300 something yards, and bam, be able to hit it using the ranging marks on the reticle and not having to adjust with the turrets. The scope is well made. As you can look, it's pretty beat up. I've definitely put this thing through the ringer, and it's coming out on top. I really don't want to take this off this scope. I really don't want to take this scope off this rifle at all, because I think these two are a match made in heaven, and they work so well. It's like it's breaking up a marriage. So I recommend this, guys. So if you're looking for a good budget scope out there that's not going to cost like $1,000 or 600 something dollars, I would really, no BS, check out the PFI RR Evolution scope. Especially if you have a 5.56 or a 7.62 caliber gun. Well made, well put together, and it holds tough. After being able to use this live fire and actually on the range, it makes a real believer of you. And man, this thing really kicks ass, and I'm happy to have the opportunity to review this and put this on the channel for you guys. The only downside I would say about this scope is that most scopes have like a little focus ring where you can just adjust here. With this, like, you have to turn the whole ocular ring basically to adjust. Is it a big deal? No, it's just, I don't know. I guess it's different, so it's not what most scopes are doing or what you're used to. So I'm probably just nitpicking. But really, when you're actually shooting on the range, it's not that big of a deal. So yeah, you're able to zero out and do what you need to do. So I'm really being nitpicky with that one, but that's really my only con. with this scope. Besides that, the scope blows all my expectations out the water. You know, this scope does everything I need it to, and it's not very expensive. So guys, I can't recommend this scope enough, and I know people are gonna ask, so I'm gonna go ahead and do the little talk about this rifle and the setup. So we're gonna start tip to butt. Up front, we have a Mission First Tactical flash hider. I thought about getting a muzzle brake, but then in my mind I was like, I don't want to give away my position with a big flash and a bunch of dirt kicked up. So I decided to go with a flash hider because it's 5.56, not much recoil. So went with flash hider. The barrel is a 16-inch Ballistic Advantage fluted SPR barrel with a UTG, I think it's a 13-inch rail, and it's UTG's M-Lock Slim something rail, free floated, and the whole upper was put together by massdefense.com. I love Mass Defense. A lot of my guns and ARs come from Mass Defense, and I always recommend them. Again, you got the PFI Rapid Reticle Evolution 5.56 7.62 scope 3-12, badass. I have it in a FDE Monstrum mount. I got it off Amazon. I think it's a pretty good scope mount for the money. And I have a Strike Industries latchless charging handle. Love their latchless charging handles. I've had a latch break on me before the charging handle, so I moved over to the Strike Industries latchless charging handles, and I haven't regretted it since. Got the Poverty Pony lower, Anderson lower. People keep talking shit about Anderson lower, but I have literally had no issue with Anderson lower, and I have a lot of ARs, multiple ARs, and none of them have an issue with the lower. The trigger is an Elfman match trigger, single stage, very nice, like no take up or nothing. Like the moment you apply pressure to this baby, the thing's going off, and it's really good for long distance shooting. I got the Timber Creek Outdoors Ambi safety selector. Got the Magpul, what is this? I think it's Magpul MOE grip, favorite. Then we have a mil-spec buffer tube, and finally you have the Magpul SLK buttstock, which is my favorite buttstock out there on the market for ARs. And up front, I almost forgot, you have the TWOD TWOD 6 to 9 inch bipod. Allows you, you have this feet, it has the legs that extend 6 to 9 inches, and it allows you to cant and swivel. So very good bipod, about like 20-30 bucks on Amazon. I can put a link down in the box for you guys. I'll probably put a link down for the scope too, the scope mount. And yeah, guys, I've had fun reviewing this video. I'm not the most knowledgeable in long range, and I'm still kind of learning more and getting into it, and it's fun. It's very exciting. There's a lot of knowledge, a lot of things you gotta learn, but it is very worth it. And I'm again thankful to PFI Optics for sending this scope out, and I want to say thank you to them for that. And I also want to recommend this scope to you guys if you're looking for a budget scope that's worth the money, that will hold its weight over time and during use. So guys, thank you for watching the video. Like, comment, subscribe. Check out the website, LocsNLoadFirearms.com. As you see, the channel has really grown, especially if you've been here around for a while. So I want to say shout out and welcome to all the new members of the channel. Yeah, it's good to see you guys. Or definitely gonna be adding more. And on top of that, I think I said LocsNLoadFirearms. Yeah, join the Patreon team. Please donate to the Patreon and Cashapp. All the proceeds help support the channel and all the stuff we do here. Guys, I want to thank you. Oh yeah, t-shirts. If you want to get t-shirts, support the channel, LocsNLoadFirearms.com. All that stuff is there. I'm gonna make a commercial for this because I'm tired of saying it every video. Anyway guys, thank you for watching the video. Check out PFI Optics for a good budget scope that kicks ass. Anyway, we're out. LocsNLoad out. We're Wakanda.